Hello everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft How to Build. Manticore here, and today we are going to be building something new. Today is actually a special episode because it is episode 40 of our Minecraft How to Build world. And so that may not seem like a special number to most people. However, the reason that's a special number or episode is because today we are going to start building a castle. And that is going to be over the next length of 10 episodes. So this will take us all the way up to episode 49, and then on 50, we're going to go ahead and do a big reveal of our entire world that we've built so far. So folks, I've already gotten started on this project because it is a very large one and took a lot of planning. But so if we go ahead and look right over here, you can see the wall that I started to design for the castle itself. And so what we're doing is right up here beyond the plaza, up on this hill that's sort of in the center of town, this is the section where we're going to be building the castle. Now folks, a lot of people, they think a castle is just a big building that's like made of brick and stone, and well, basically what most people's picture of a castle is actually just the keep of a castle. And so the keep is the most well-defended section of the castle itself. However, there is so much more to the castle than just that. And so we're going to have our keep section right over here across this bridge and pretty much right up here. So basically, just to give you guys a quick rundown of these blueprints that I have laid out so far, this green section is going to be sort of a little terrace area, whereas this room right here is going to be the throne room. And I know that might seem kind of small, but we might work on that a little bit more. Then pretty much this section right through here is the rest of the castle. This is going to be the inner courtyard down to right through here. Then we have this natural spring looking moat type thing, and then we've also got the outer courtyard right up here. And so, at least with the blueprints that I was looking at for a castle build, they actually have a small church and priest's home within the castle grounds itself. So that's going to be this little guy right here. And then we've got a watchtower up here on this tall peak of the hill. And then this light blue right down here is the stables. So we've got a lot of work to do on this, which is a good thing we're spending 10 episodes on it. But for today, I just wanted to go ahead and start out with talking a little bit more about this wall itself. So, as you can see, we've got a small little gated entrance, and we have smokers down here in the ground to make it look like the sections where the gate falls into. And then we have these small little holes up top, and that is because we are actually going to be doing a little bit of a ledge right up along here where that gravel is, so that archers can stand up here and shoot out at incoming warriors, etc. if the town is being invaded and they need to protect themselves. But that is the basic idea of this building. And so now let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about building up the wall itself. So as you can see on this wall, it is primarily built up out of just regular old stone. And then in the corners or the very edges of the wall sections that we have built up, we are alternating between polished andesite and stone to give it more of a pattern look. And right about here we have a fine line of gravel before we get to andesite, which this is actually andesite wall right in here, and then these are just stairs to make the little windows that the archers shoot out of. So this is another example of it right through here. And then we have stairs up top as well in order to give it that sort of classic castle type look to it on the top. So now, if we were to go ahead and start building this up further, it would just... Oh, and I forgot to mention, the bottom layer is actually built up of polished andesite. So just all the way across, we have that polished andesite. But so right above that bottom layer, we have a regular stone layer, and then we have, which it looks like I need to actually get it back out, polished andesite on these corners. So it's nothing too fancy, it's pretty much just those two layers alternating all the way up to that point, which it looks like it's about 8 up after that bottom layer. So that's pretty much the dimensions that we're working with, but we might play around with those dimensions a little bit more as we get towards the back of the castle section that we're building up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and quickly place these all down, and as you can see, it's pretty basic work. It's just a little tedious, so if you do start to build a castle project, make sure that you do have the energy for it, because this is a fairly small castle in itself, but it is still a lot of work. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab out the gravel, because that's another item that I no longer have on me. But that is going to be the next layer. So we'll just lay that down right through there. And then we have these polished andesite blocks stacked up on the outer edge of the next 2 rows. And that is pretty much just to give this section a little bit more of a border to it. Now we don't quite have enough room. I was going to say we don't quite have enough room to do a window, but you know, we might be able to do a small one right in here because it is at least too wide, and it's been a little bit since we did our last window. So I think we'll go ahead and incorporate that right about there, and then we'll just drag these stairs along, and right through here we will do the wall of andesite. Whoops. There we go. And then we just drag those stairs across. So there's nothing too fancy to it. That is the basic gist of the wall itself. And then there's one last thing I want to do, which is pretty much building up the little ledge along this wall. So now I'm not going to do all of this wall with you guys on camera because it would take a while, trust me. I've already been putting in a few hours into this project as it is. But let's go ahead and grab some wood and some planks. I think spruce should be nice. And, oh, maybe a ladder? I'm not too sure about that one. Maybe a fence. Since I'm not really sure what we're going to be working with here in today's build, I kind of just want to grab everything and see what looks best. So now, right along here, I built this path out this way because this is where I want the little section to start for the platform itself that looks out the window. And there they are, spruce stairs. So let's go ahead and just start with something basic. We'll do 2 stairs up like so. And you know, I think we'll be okay to leave it, oh, I was going to say just below that level, but it might be a little hard to see out. But at the same time, I don't want them to be, like, kneeling down in order to see through there. I think what we can do is actually some half slabs. So let's go ahead and grab those. And then we'll take these up to here. And that should be the perfect height, I'm hoping. Let's go ahead and lay these down, and then we'll take a quick look to make sure that's the level that we want it at. Okay, so now looking out here, you can definitely see right down through there. And if we did something like that, oh, I don't know, maybe that would be better. I'm torn on this one because the invaders would technically be down there, but I'm not sure if you could shoot through there. Let's go ahead and grab a bow and arrow and see if we can actually hit some things. Let's grab that, and I don't know why I have those on me. Maybe some arrows. Okay, so now if we were to stand on this, okay, so we could actually shoot through there, and that's on the elevated section. So that could definitely be a thing. Careful not to hit the star. Yeah, I think that should be good. And you know, then they can just back up if for some reason there's something flying at them. So I think we'll do something just like that, and since we are doing it like that, we might be able to just go ahead and do full-on oak planks for that. Or maybe we will stick with half slabs, but we'll go up with the stairs once more. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and try to keep a width of 3, or maybe 2. Yeah, maybe just 2 off of the wall itself. And we'll leave the parts that come around the corner as 3, because we don't want it to feel too narrow. Alright, so I'm just going to drag this out like so. This is probably going to be the fastest way to do it. And then let's come around over to here, and we'll do the same thing. Okay. That would be 3 right there. And I'm not too sure about that one. Definitely 3 right there, so I guess we will do 1 right there. Okay. And we'll extend it all the way. There we go. Okay, so that should be the perfect width for the little sections that we have around the edge. And I don't think we're going to put up railing because they're soldiers. I feel like they should be careful enough to know not to step over that edge. We could do something like that. But I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe... I mean, I guess we could just do that, but then I don't know how I feel about the log itself, so maybe we'll try switching over to the spruce fences. And then there's this again. Oh, I just don't know how I feel about that. Stairs? Or maybe we could do stairs. I think that looks pretty good, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and give something like that a try, I think. Okay, so a part of me kind of wants to put a little small building right in there, so I don't want to do too many right down there. And then this one has the stables directly below it, so I'm a little torn. We probably could build it into the top of the roof of the stables itself. But I just don't know that whether or not I want to do that at this point in time. So folks, I think we have a little bit of extra time, and while I do want to show you guys a quick video of some of the terrain work that I was doing, mostly with adding the water in here, because I did have to do a lot of terraforming around this place in order to make the hilltop in the sort of layout that I wanted it to be in order to really make this work. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys a quick video of the adding in some of these water springs in order to make it pool down here a little bit better, because a good section of this water was already in. And so, along with these upper hills, a lot of this I'm trying to work around what was naturally generated. But I'm rambling too much, folks, so I think I'll go ahead and show you guys that quick video, and then I think we'll go ahead and do a quick walkthrough on this stables. I don't want to go into too much detail because we have done stables and 2 other barns, one of which being that small barn, and then we've got the stables way down there. So this is going to be like a mini version of that, but we'll do that real quick. And then, folks, I'll be back, so enjoy the music. Alright folks, I think that was a little traumatic for everybody, both myself and the horses involved. But you know what? We managed to get them all in there. And I would highly recommend placing the horses in there before you place the cauldrons if you do, or if you are playing in creative world, or if you are playing in survival. You can just walk them in and it's a lot safer. But anyhow, this is the basic stable design that we came up with for the castle. As you can see, it houses 4 of the royal horses, and I don't know why 2 are white. That was a strange coincidence. But this little setup I think works pretty well overall. Back here we've got the manure section, and I'll build up that wall here in just a minute so it won't be open like that. But then you come in through here, and this is the main barn section where they store all the hay, and, you know, probably the gear as well. So I should probably throw in some shelves here. Let's do something, not like that, just like that, and we can grab a chest as well in order to place saddles and the horse armor into. So now this was a fairly simple small stables, but I do like the way that it turned out. It turned out pretty good. Then coming through here, this fence I kind of just threw in when we had that loose horse, but you know, you can take it or leave it. I don't think it's too bad. But over here we've got a small section for the tack and fixing the horseshoes and anything you might need to do more along the blacksmith's line for that. So that is going to do it for our stables and for the generic idea of the wall. I'm going to go ahead and continue working on building that up. But for now, folks, that is going to do it for today. I hope you did enjoy this first part to building our castle. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you do hit the like button. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe, because as I mentioned, this is going to be a 10-part video. So we've got quite a bit more to do still. We've got to build up our watchtower, we've got to build up the small church over there, not to mention everything that goes along with the keep of the castle itself. So folks, I'm going to get the rest of this wall in, but until next time, I do hope you have a good one. And I'll see you then. Bye!